minutes to open, chef.
Chef.
Did you set up?
Yes, chef, ready to go.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most difficult TV scenes to film.
Here we go. Pivot. Pivot. Pivot.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most grueling shoots that TV sets ever saw. If we missed any of your favourite behind-the-scenes stories, let us know in the comments below. Number 10, Saul's Kidnapping, Breaking Bad.
What are you doing, detective? What are you doing talking to my client without me present? You sneaky Pete.
In the 8th episode of Breaking Bad's second season, we meet criminal lawyer Saul Goodman, played by Bob Odenkirk. Saul advises one of his clients to give Walt and Jesse up, so the duo kidnaps Saul to try and convince him otherwise. According to actor Bryan Cranston, the scene that followed was incredibly hard to film.
Just tell me what you need, all right? I'm easy. I'm gonna keep a happy thought and assume this is just a negotiating tactic.
Walt and Jesse bring Saul to an open grave in a desert that wasn't exactly the most hospitable of environments. According to Cranston, it was about 9 degrees during the shoot, not accounting for wind chill, and it was windy. With the sand blowing in his face and with the cold, Cranston could barely hold a prop gun.
Mr. Mayhew? Recognize your cough. Take that mask off, get some air.
Number 9, dance scenes. Bridgerton. We generally don't think of period pieces as particularly difficult to film, but according to the Bridgerton cast, all that dancing is a lot harder than you think.
If this is to work, you must appear madly in love.
There were a total of 11 dance scenes in the show's first season, and the cast had to undergo pretty strenuous rehearsals to get all the moves right. Not only do they have to know the steps, however, they also usually have to hold conversations while they're dancing.
Just keep looking at me. No one else matters.
The actors reportedly have earpieces in to help them better hear the music and keep in time, but that poses an issue too. They have to switch the earpiece depending on where the camera is, or headphone choreography, as actor Luke Newton calls it.
You're astonishing, Colin. I cannot thank you enough for looking after us.
I will always look after you, Penelope.
Number 8, a spooky oneer, The Haunting of Hill House.
In movies, they always say that they look like they're sleeping. And she doesn't look like she's sleeping. She looks dead. I mean, she looks great. You did a really good job, as usual.
Thanks.
The 6th episode of The Haunting of Hill House is one of the most ambitious feats of filmmaking to ever hit Netflix. In a thread on his Twitter account, director Mike Flanagan broke down the mechanics of the 56-minute episode, which consisted of 5 long takes meant to look like one. Flanagan said that from the beginning, the set was designed to be able to handle the filming of this episode.
Everyone has to be absolutely in sync with each other, and if one thing is off, the take is gone. You're trying to capture lightning in a bottle, but you just have to get it once.
The 2 sets involved, the manor home and the funeral home, were connected, and both had hiding places for crew and equipment so they wouldn't be seen in any long take. There was even an elevator so a cameraman could move between stories seamlessly. Talk about planning ahead.
Liv, how the hell did you...
Number 7, Billy telepathy scene, Stranger Things. The 3rd season of Stranger Things involves some of the most intense sequences the show has ever had. It was especially difficult for actors Millie Bobby Brown and Dacre Montgomery, who played Eleven and Billy. The two face off in some of the most gruesome and physically demanding fights we've ever seen. To capture a shot of Eleven falling into a void, Brown was fixed into a harness that flipped her backwards multiple times. In an interview with The Independent, Montgomery said while filming the final battle at the mall, he and Brown would repeatedly lose their voices from screaming. Luckily, these two seem to have come out on the other side without taking too much damage to their bodies or their vocal cords. Number 6, hallway fight, Daredevil. Netflix's Daredevil series had some of the best fight choreography we've ever seen, and they were on top of it right from the jump. In just the second episode of the first season, the cast and crew let us know we were in good hands with an iconic 3-minute single-shot fight scene. In the sequence, Matt Murdock, Daredevil himself, fights a bunch of Russian mobsters. The camera moves around a hallway while the actors and stuntmen go in and out of the frame. According to stunt coordinator Philip Silvera, you would normally have a week or two to rehearse a scene like this for a feature film, but the Daredevil crew only had 2 days. Talk about learning fast. Number 5, Department Store, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. While Season 2's Yom Kippur sequence reportedly took 3 days to shoot, there's no way we could ignore the amazing Season 2 opener of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
If you want your sister courted, brother wed or cheese imported, just leave everything to me.
With this opening shot, the cast and crew showed us just what they were capable of. The season opens with a long take that moves the viewer through the hustle and bustle of a department store, then down to the basement to find our main character.
The Alvin, where may I direct your call? I will connect you. The Alvin, where may I direct your call? I will connect you.
The take lasts about 1.5 minutes, and the Steadicam operator had the difficult job of deftly moving the camera through very cozy spaces packed with multiple actors. The actors had to time their movements perfectly to not hit each other or the camera.
I think we were giving away Pat Boone tickets. Gosh, you're amazing.
I've had a lot of practice. Try manning the Revlon counter on a free makeover Friday.
Number 4, Spinning Hallway, Euphoria.
And then the night got weird.
The cinematography of HBO's Euphoria is one of its main draws. What we love most about the raunchy teen drama is this amazing use of practical effects. In the pilot episode, Rue, the main character, is having a bit of a trip after doing some drugs. The hallway starts to spin, a physical representation of her state of mind. But what you might not have known is that the hallway is actually turning in circles. No CGI needed. Zendaya had to interact with the hallway as it spun, and she stayed upright. As for the extras who are rooted to the ground, which way is up? They were quite literally strapped down and spinning. We can't imagine the dizziness.
Now, there's a couple versions of what happened that night. It all depends on who you ask, and to be honest, I'm not always the most reliable narrator.
Number 3, Church Massacre, Midnight Mass.
Brothers and sisters, you are so close to salvation. The miracle is already in you. The blood of the angel is already in your veins, but it is incomplete.
When Mike Flanagan filmed that amazing one-take episode in his show The Haunting of Hill House, we're sure he thought that would be the hardest thing he or his crew would ever do. But then came Midnight Mass. According to Flanagan, the show's titular moment, a full-on church massacre, was more difficult than the Hill House episode in a lot of ways. The scene included hundreds of smaller interactions that had to be planned out to a T. There were around 100 extras in a tiny room where a huge action sequence had to take place. Plus, the show filmed at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, and a 6-day shoot meant a lot of rapid tests. That's almost too much to handle. Number 2, One Take, The Bear. The Bear took the TV world by storm in 2022, offering an authentic look at the anxieties of working in a restaurant. But no episode better put that stress on display than episode 7, The Review.
Chefs, go to the walk and get all the cooked beef, slice it, put it in jus. Get it now, get all 32 chickens. Get them searing, roasting, tina, sausages, burgers, hot dogs, everything on the grill.
The episode itself is only 18 minutes long, but is done entirely in a single take. Once the filmmakers had the script for the episode, they decided that any cuts away from the action would interrupt the intensity of the moment. So they created a map of the set to go along with the script, meticulously outlining where mini-scenes would take place, which routes actors would walk, and how the camera would follow.
I got stabbed! Not right now. I got stabbed, son of a...
While some one-ers combine shots from different takes, this is truly, amazingly, one take.
What's going on?
I quit is what's going on.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Battle of the Bastards. Game of Thrones.
Don't.
Game of Thrones is pretty well known for its out-of-this-world battle sequences. We were primed to expect the show to go big when it came to war. But with Battle of the Bastards, the show exceeded expectations. The famous fight between Ramsay Bolton and Jon Snow took a whopping 25 days to film. With 500 extras, 600 crew members, and 70 horses, you can imagine there was a lot of chaos on set. Director Miguel Sapochnik said the horses were hard to manage, and making 500 guys look like 8,000 also posed a challenge. We don't feel envious of those 500 men. According to actor Christopher Hivju, sometimes they would shoot one sequence 80 times in a day. Yeesh.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.